The virtual campground is a community of RVers. We gather around the campfire to share stories, information, and travel tips to help you on your next adventure.
Josh and Britt, and that's Walter, by the way.
Yes. The cat is Walter.
Yes. Josh and Britt are husband and wife. They moved all their Airstreams. They have 5 vintage Airstreams and a couple of teardrops and some cabins now at Flathead Lake Resort. And they've been running that over there for 3 years now. It's a really cool lakeside property right on the Flathead Lake. We wanted to interview them because after 3 years of being in that area, they've become experts because they have become part of that community. That's right. Really been impressive.
Welcome to the virtual campground. Britt and Josh, so glad to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here and just so great to see you two again.
It's so great to see your faces.
Do you have a favorite hike in Glacier?
Glacier, I would say, yeah, our favorite hike when we were in Mini Glacier, which Mini Glacier is like, the pictures you see where Glacier National Park looks like it's straight out of Switzerland, probably taken in Mini Glacier. And so it's just a spectacular area. But one of the hikes there, the one we took to the glacier, it's Grinnell Glacier, is one of the more famous ones in Glacier. And just the things you see along the way and then the reward of walking up to that glacier at the end of it, it's just otherworldly and unlike anything I've ever experienced.
We did see our first grizzly. Our first and only grizzly was in Mini Glacier. That was really amazing. Very exciting. It was far enough away. Then it got a little scary and then it turned out okay. But that was pretty awesome. And then, for those, so that's East Glacier. And for those visiting the west side, because it is hard and it takes time to get to the east side. It's a very popular hike. Avalanche Lake it's remarkable. I think I've done that one 4 times and it never gets old. And I hope to do it a couple times this summer. It's another destination hike. You end at Avalanche Lake. And if you take the extra 15 minutes to go to the far end of the lake that most hikers do not go to, you have it to yourself. I'm giving all my secrets away. It is absolutely remarkable. You're sitting in this beautiful, freshly melted, avalanche waters, and it's like green and teal and clear and gorgeous, and you're surrounded by these mountains. And if you're brave enough, you can take a really cold swim. I've done that once.
Oh, wow.
It was the most incredible thing I've ever done.
That
sounds amazing.
Sounds cold,
yeah,
but exciting. Yeah. So outside of Glacier, because you guys are both really active people, so outside of Glacier, are there a lot of great places to hike in the Flathead Valley area?
There are tons. And one thing I share with folks, our guests a lot is, you think about really anywhere they're put in a national park. I mean, very rarely is that just an isolated sliver. They're usually picking out a segment of just a large, wonderful natural area. And that's completely true here. I mean, just to give you an example, out the door of the resort, we have what's called the Bob Marshall Wilderness, which is just hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million plus acres of national lands with tons of hiking trails and just a variety of places to go. But for us, honestly, we have a little hiking trail in town that runs right along the Swan River and gives you great views of mountains and a river. There are things like that are just all over the place. That are really fun to do. If you go up north of us to Whitefish, which is where one of the big ski mountains is, in the summer, they're doing mountain biking down that, but they have a ton of mountain biking trails around Whitefish around here. So just really the whole valley is kind of, along the same lines of Glacier in the sense of a lot of mountains, streams, really cool hikes, lots of unique places to go. And then on top of that, you've got the lake. And there are all of these state parks all around the lake as well, where you can camp right on the beach, essentially, if you wanted to. But those parks are also going to have, some really cool hikes and different activities. One that's just up the road from us called Wayfarers has these hikes that take you up on these bluffs to where you can just look out over the lake. So that's
more of a walk than a hike.
More of a walk than a hike. That's fine, but it's cool.
Some people just like walks. Some walks are good. That makes it more inclusive.
It takes like 2 minutes. Jewel Basin as well.
Jewel Basin is another really well-known area. Strawberry Lake is a hike we took once where you're just, you're hiking and you're rewarded with one of those just kind of pristine alpine lakes at the end of your hike. And so there are a lot of different places that you can get into hikes like that. So
yeah, for those looking to come to the area, Jewel Basin has a few different trailheads at which, All Trails would describe, what their preference is, but that's kind of like the area where a lot of trails spur from.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So something for every skill level, really, every skill level, wide variety of things you can choose from.
And I do remember when we came up and visited you guys, and Britton, you took me somewhere and we paddleboarded. What was that lake or river? It was a river. Yeah. Stream?
We did the Swan River.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh. Just 2 hours of floating down the Swan River. So there is a local market gas station that actually has a little hut outside. It's the Ferndale Market. Ferndale is just 2 minutes away from Big Fork. And for $20, I don't know if the price is going to change, but for $20, they give you the tube and they drop you off and pick you up. And it's about a 2 to 2.5 hour float. And beautiful, just like calm, depending on time of the year, calm float through the Swan Mountains, and views that you won't see while you're hiking or while you're driving. So getting that river view perspective is so special. I remember it was wonderful. Awesome. And you rent kayaks and paddle boards for folks if they want to get on the lake. Absolutely. Yep. Deb, thank you for bringing that up. Yes, we have non-motorized water sports, and we have three restaurants and bars that you can actually paddle to from our beach. Yeah, so that makes been there, done that. Yeah. All right. Well, as always, it's always a joy to get to talk to you two, and I cannot wait to see you and get to hug you in September.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Great seeing you.
Count down the days.
All right, take care.
All right, y'all be good.
Bye. Great talking to you.
You too, guys. Bye.